slowly they're now making their way center stage. As you can see, you have the Marian colors of blue and white. Like what the choreographer Lance Nacua said, it will sort of remind you of the resurrection.
So this backdrop they have here at the center of the stage should be what? The sky?
Yeah.
Clouds, okay.
So the resurrection of the Blessed Mother.
Because of so many examples or so many displays of like corals and stuff, I thought that represented the sea. Until we saw the VTR of the choreographer explaining that this is about the resurrection.
Oh, yeah, can be easily mistaken. But it's good. We have the, and this is another float of, there you see Garbo sa Sumbo. That's the pride of Cebu. There you see number 25. Yes, that should be...
That should be one of the...
Raja Humabon.
Oh, Raja Humabon. Okay.
And you see the Magellan's Cross. And that should be the Puente Osmeña circle, Puente Osmeña fountain behind it.
History books will tell us that Magellan introduced the Philippines to Christianity, but the Sinulog Festival actually teaches us that Christianity only started in the Philippines four decades after Magellan landed. Because that was when Miguel Lopez de Legazpi arrived, and that was when they started to venerate the Santo Niño image, which they found in a nipa hut.
Alright, so now we have the municipality of Iligan taking center stage. Let's see what they have to show for us.
Yes.
Delegation, Pacor, Pepsi Cola Butlers Philippines, Island Footwear Manufacturing Corporation.
Don't go away. We'll be back after some reminders.
The Sinulog 2005 is presented by Smart Buddy. Si Sarah, nag-text. Para mas mapalapit kay Sarah Hironimo, i-text lang siya sa 291. Basta sikat, nasa Talk and Text Superstars na.
Ako mismo magte-text sa inyo. Text tayo, ha?
Si Sarah may Victorial sa studio! Iwan kayo!
For more stars, text Superstars sa 211.
Oras na para sa kakaibang challenge at adventure ng buhay TV ninyo. Alamin ko anong bago, kakaiba, katakataka, at kung ano-ano pa tungkol sa science at technology dito sa Next Stop. Sasamahan kayo ni Val at Paolo tuwing Lunes at Huwebes, alas 5:30 ng hapon, dito sa NBN.
Artistry and use of colors, 50%. For originality, 30%. And overall impact, 20%. A total of 100%.
Yes, at this point we will have a VTR of Winston Ibon, who is the choreographer of the Panglao Delegation from the province of Bohol.
The theme of our presentation is about the lifestyle of the Panglawanon. It's about fishing. And we what you call this, we interpret the lifestyle of Panglawanon. And our costume is made of indigenous materials like kapinan, buli, and banig. And the cloth is a fish net. And we prepared this for almost 2 months. And the relevance of the performance is about we discourage the Panglawanon's faith on the child Jesus to protect them the possible natural disasters that might happen in the near future.
2 months. Wow, that's a lot of preparation time.
That's right. But some of them prepare, 2 months is actually not a lot. It's
Manila also had 3 months to prepare.
That's right. Some of them prepare as early as right after the parade of this year. They, have set up core group meetings and try to conceptualize how they're gonna, do the contingent for next Sinulog. So sometimes it takes even like a whole year for the preparation.
So Panglao not only sent a delegation to perform, but they also sent a float.
That's right.
So they have 2 entries in
How
different
we saw
categories.
earlier, no? At this point, we would like to acknowledge Smart Buddy, Talk and Text, and Smart Padala. So while we're waiting for the Panglao Province of Bohol Contingent,
I think this is a video from outside of the sports center. Oh, they are now inside. Okay.
they are making their way to the center stage. So you hear the drum beat now. And there you have it, ladies and gentlemen, the Panglao Province of Bohol Contingent. Let's sit back, Alex, and enjoy. This seems to be
But this is Gigante 3.
That's Gigante number 3. Wala yung name sa likuran. Napailain Gigante number 1.
Dani balagay, ako'y atong dugo. Sayang nag-ipalis sa paglihog sa sulog. Mga chikog panampit, alang sa Santo Niño. Ihalad ang kinabuhiaron, malibay pang ginoo.
Amon Baybaw, criteria sa Special Award for Street Dancing. Criteria sa Street Dancing, Team Concert. 10%. Performance, 25%. Choreography, 25%. Costume, 15%. Props,
50. Okay mga kaibigan, balik po tayo rito sa Osmeña Boulevard upang ibigay po sa inyo ang iba pang mga kaganapan na nangyayari po dito sa bahagi ito ng ating lungsod po ng Cebu sa ating pong ika-25 taong anibersaryo ng Sinulog festivities. At dito po ay magkakasunod po na ating pong nakita ang pagdaan po ng mga contingents coming from out of town. Ibig sabihin ay sa labas po ng probinsya at ng lungsod po ng Cebu. At dito po ay Iligan Contingent nung nasa batang likuran po natin. At yun po, inaabangan na po sila ng ating po mga manonood dito dahil nga po, isa rin po ito sila sa mga constant winners po ng ating pong Sinulog festivities in the past 25 years na po na ginaganap ito rito, no? At isa rin po ito sa mga crowd drawers at crowd favorites ang mga contingent po ng ating pong mula po sa Iligan. At kanina sa ating pong nabanggit ay karamihan po sa mga out-of-towners po natin na may mga sarili-sariling contingents po nila na lumahok po sa Sinulog base, ganyan din po sa pre-interpretation categories, ay inilagay po sila sa bandang hulihan po ng Sinulog Grand Parade. At ito po ay ayon po sa ating kagalang-galang na alkalde ng Cebu City, Tomas Osmeña, na sinadya ito nang sa gayon po ay they could make use of the lighting na nasa entablado po mamaya kung saan po ay makikita talaga gaganda ng gusto ang kanilang pong mga costumes na karamihan po sa mga costumes ngayon ng ating pong mga participants ay dominated by the color silver, gayon din po ng silver at ng gray.
So now we are now witnessing Panglao province of Bohol. you have just seen the contingent from Panglao province of Bohol. At this point, we would like to acknowledge Adik Mobile Prepaid, Smart Kid, and Smart Buddy. You are watching the continued coverage of the Sinulog 2005. This is NBN, and we're covering it live here at the Cebu City Sports Center together with Radio ng Bayan. There will be more Sinulog action after these reminders. Please stick around.
Adik Mobile Prepaid makes your gang stand out with a band of cool services made exclusive to you and your friends. Seek out the gang. Express yourself in your online journal and chat from phone to PC from virtually anywhere. Show off your gang's unique passion. Get the new Adik Mobile Prepaid customized SIM. Adik Mobile Prepaid.
Now you're in.
Usok, unos, at anumang sagabal sa daloy ng trapiko. Kalinisan at kaayusan sa kalunsuran. Pinapasyahan, tinututukan, inaaksyonan sa MMDA on the Road. Kasama si Chairman Bayani Fernando.
Yes, Dad. All right. The Pintados circle still, and right now behind me is the contingent from Ozamis City, another out-of-town contingent po natin. They are called Tribo Bagong Ozamisnon. They have been consistently joining the Sinulog Festival. They started, I think that's five years ago. At isa po sila sa mga talagang ina-acknowledge po at pinipraise po dito natin mga spectators. We are now waiting for the arrival here at the Pintados Circle of the contingent from Tangub City, Misamis Occidental. They are the Tribo Sinanduloy, and they are the 4-time grand prize winner. Ito po talaga ang pinaka-inaabangan ng lahat, ang Tribo Sinanduloy of Tangub City, Misamis Occidental. Ngayon po, inasabay natin yung paparating po dito sa Osmania Osmania Circle. Yun po itong huling batch po sa Sector 7 na nanggaling pa po dyan sa P. Del Rosario Extension. So, yan muna ang pinakahuli mula dito sa Pintados Circle. Back to Cebu City Sports Complex.
Thank you very much, Bamba. She's live at the Pintados Circle. At this point, we would like to thank Super Ferry also. Now, we go on center stage as we watch the contingent from Bonok, Surigao City.
The city of island adventure.
Yeah, this contingent passed Pintados about an hour ago, and so things are speeding up.
We remind them that this is a carousel route. It goes around the city, a 4.3-kilometer radius.
And at any one time, there are performers along the 4.3-kilometer route.
Yes. And there are also 7 judging points along this carousel route, Lex. So rest assured, the people out in the streets, those who weren't able to come to the Grand Stadium, will still be able to catch a glimpse of what it is that we are seeing here now. Yun nga lang, what we're seeing is probably more lengthy, 5 minutes tayo dito, but right outside of the stadium, well, with those 7 vantage points, judging points, the rest of the Cebu can still be able to appreciate what it is that we are seeing here.
And going by the video which we saw at Pintados a while ago, we could see that there are thousands of people in the streets, and people outside of the Cebu City Sports Center are still in place. They have not moved since this morning.
That's right.
Now the Bonok contingent from Surigao City has started, and let's sit back and watch it.
steady, puno, puno.
Okay, that was the Sinulog contingent from Bonok, or rather the free interpretation contingent from Surigao City. And we'd like to acknowledge the Aquasoft Treatment, Malayan Insurance, the Philippine Charity Sweepstakes Office, Canon Philippines, Ever Ready Batteries, Nescafe, the Manila Bulletin, and the Philippine Star. Don't go away. We'll be back.
Ma, gising na siya.
Order na, Dad.
Okay.
Pizza Hut delivery.
1+1 deal, please.
Introducing the Smart Buddy Pizza Hut 1+1 deal. Just buy a Smart Buddy Super Sim 3 with your order of the real New Yorker pizza or any pan pizza, and you get a pan pizza free.
Pizza Hut delivery.
The Smart Buddy Pizza Hut 1+1 deal.
Happy birthday.
UP Cebu College Department, Kani Pangulo sa Cebu Art Association, Kani Pangulo sa Art Association.
And you are back here. You're still watching the continued live coverage of the National Broadcasting Network of the Sinulog 2005 Silver Anniversary Presentation. We're doing live coverage with Radio ng Bayan. What have you got for us there, Alex?
We'd like to acknowledge our major sponsors. We have the Smart Buddy, Talk and Text, and Smart Padala.
That's right. Up next is the contingent from San Simon, Pampanga. But before that, we have the choreographer Joselito Caballero to tell us about what is in store for us when it comes to the San Simon, Pampanga contingent. Let's watch this.
We have 98 dancers as performers. We have 10 props men and 20 crews. Then the theme in our group is just like the story of Cinderella, which is from rags to riches, which nadal sa pagpupunyagi may inaani. And then our costume is described as actually the basureros, because this was kinuha dahil sa true to life story ng what they call the head of this contingent, Mr. Nando Porzuelo. Kasi basurero siya noon, but it turned out na mayaman na siya ngayon. So he is our sponsor of the group. Actually, moral support was given by Mr. Lito Lapid, but we still need his financial if ever. And then we have 2 months in preparation for this Sinulog, and what they call this one, the relevance of our performance is that the divine intervention of Santo Niño with our prayers and devotion in our lives.
That's right. That was a choreographer from San Simon, Pampanga.
This is the only delegation from Luzon.
Oh, that's right. So, but, you know, whatever it is, at least we have from Visayas, from Mindanao, and from Luzon. That's right. So, I suppose they're not ready yet. We are looking at the grandstand. There are more people now. It's a curious mix of tourists, balikbayans, and locals.
Yes. Many of the locals are devotees, I understand.
That's right. And now making their way to the center stage, the contingent from San Simon, Pampanga. Let's see what they have in store for us, Alex.
Dani balaghay, ako'y atong dugo. Tayo nagipari sa paglihog sa sulog. Mga chikong panampit, alang sa Santo Niño. Ihalad ang kinabuhi, aron malipay pang Ginoo.
Beef, Schumart, Cebu, Nature Spring, Cebu Pacific, and Al Gordo.
And likewise, we'd like to thank also Fujifilm, the official film of the Sinulog 2005, International Pharmaceuticals Incorporated, and the Aboitiz Group of Companies Foundation. We will be back after these reminders.
Mga tol, asar na ba kasi serbisyong padala na mahal, mabagal, at di maasahan? Ngayon, may bago na.
Smart Padala, the world's first international cash remittance through text. From abroad, cash is sent straight to your cell phone. Kunin lang ang cash at any Smart Padala center nationwide.
Mas matipid, mabilis, maasahan. Winner ka sa Smart.
Smart, leader in wireless, leader in innovation. Tanong ng Bayan.
Hindi po masyadong mahihirapan yung ating gobyerno sa pananalapi, no?
Yes, because of the reforms that we are doing, is stronger and more secure.
See to it that our policemen are God-centered, service-oriented, and family-based.
Mabibigyang kasagutan sa Network Forum, hosted by Secretary Serge Remonde.
The people's link to your government and to your government officials.
Network Forum, Mondays, Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Fridays at 7 p.m.
So do you always speak the truth? What you see is what you get.
The Sinulog 2005 is presented by Smart Buddy.
Osmeña Boulevard sa pagpapatuloy po ng ating pong pagbibigay sa inyo ng gulay sa patuloy pong pagdaloy po ng mga contingents na ngayon po ay lumahok sa 2005 Sinulog Festivity na isa pong ika-25 taon ng pagdiriwang. Kanina po ay hindi po natin nakuha sa sa camera ang ito pong pagdaan po ng karosang kinalululanan ng mga kilala pong mga entertainers na mula po doon sa Maynila. Ang si Ate Glo po sa isa pong karosa kung saan po ay talagang di magkamayaw ang mga tao dahil nga sa kilala nila, lagi nilang napapanood sa telebisyon. At sinundan pa ito ng isa pang karosa ng Kristala na isa rin po sa mga popular na mga teleserye dito po sa atin sa lungsod ng Cebu. At yun po, ang mga kabataan, ang mga nanay, mga tatay, yung mga nanonood po noon ay talagang naghihiniyawan po lalo pat may mga pinamigay sila, ipinamulmod sila ang mga produkto na mula po sa mga nag-sponsor po sa kanilang mga kumpanya. Sa ngayon po, pagkatapos noon ay sinundan pa ito ng isa pang malaking karosa. Earlier than that ay dumaan po rito ang isa pong contingent ng Negros ng probinsya ng Negros Oriental at ang winner po ng tinagurihan ng Pintados Tradition Festival doon ay siya po sa nagpakita po ng kanila pong galing sa pagsayaw po ng Sinulog. So isa po sila sa mga contingent dito ngayon sa atin. At dito po ngayon ay di na rin po magkamaya uli. Pagka ganito po ang nagiging timpla ng ating po mga manonood ay check na kung meron, kung di man may dumarang ang karosa na sakay po ang mga sikat na mga artista o mga kilala po mga entertainers doon po sa Maynila ay meron pong mga ipinamumudmod na mga produkto. Ito po ang isa sa mga iniiwasan po ng ating pong mga kaibigan at para po hindi magkagulo nito. So balik po tayo muli sa ating pong mga kasamahan sa Cebu City Sports Center.
Thank you very much, Gloria Canieda, live from Osmeña Boulevard. At this point, we would like to thank the major sponsors of the Sinulog Festival 2005, Addict Mobile, Prepaid, Smart Kit, and Smart Buddy.
And we have a VTR interview with the Governor of Negros Oriental, George Arnaiz.
Bayawan City is our rice granary in the province of Negros Oriental. And so the Tao festival of this city depicts the planting of rice, the harvesting. And so through the years we have developed the Tao festival in the city. And people enjoy this festival in our province. Right now we're sending about 100 performers in Cebu City and 30 drummers. The theme of the festival of Tao is to give thanks to our dear God for giving us a good harvest of rice in the city of Taiwan. Our costume is made of sinamay, which is made out of abaca. And of course we have prepared quite a long time for this. We have prepared for about 2.5 months for this festival. The relevance of this festival, this Tao festival, is to also give thanks to our dear Lord. The Sinulog festival is for the purpose of giving thanks to our dear God for all the graces that He has given to us. In the same manner, the Tao festival is also meant to give thanks to our dear God who has given us good and great race harvest of rice in the city of Taiwan.
Tao Festival, the Scarecrow.
That's right. At this point, we would like to thank Fuji Film, official film of the Sinulog 2005, International Pharmaceuticals Incorporated, and Avoidus Group of Companies Foundation. Well, Alex, you know, this certainly has been such an experience. It's not only an avenue for like a religious rebirth, you know, like a spiritual spiritual reawakening. It's also a chance for us to get reacquainted with our culture. An avenue, that's right, an avenue for us to get together, either to cope with things, the not so good things that have happened in the past year, but also for us to hope for better things to come, and more importantly, to come together as a community. And I am just I feel privileged to have been a part of all this, sitting right next to you.
And the excitement is not about to wane.
That's right.
Here at the Cebu City Sports Complex, even as we end our 2 hours of annotating for this special live broadcast of the National Broadcasting Network and the Radyo ng Bayan. And we will be replaced in a little while by Secretary Serge Remonde, no less.
And Ms. Jasmine Romero. So you are watching the continued live coverage of the National Broadcasting Network for the Sinulog 2005, the grand celebration of the silver anniversary of the Sinulog. We are at the Cebu City Sports Complex. We return you will see more Sinulog 2005 action. We'll be right back. Stay tuned.
Ang gusto ng bayan, aksyon agad. Kaya dito sa Pokkoto, bilis aksyon ang sasa inyo. Kasama sina Secretary Ricardo Saludo at DSWD Secretary Pinky Soliman. Dito sa NBN.
This proves the nation still has heart. Watch Miss Rosa Rosal in Damayan.
Ng bayan.
Hindi po masyadong mahihirapan yung ating gobyerno sa pananalapi, no?
Yes, because of the reforms that we are doing, is stronger and more secure.
Seeing to it that our policemen are God-centered, service-oriented, and family-based.
Mabibigyang kasagutan sa Network Forum, hosted by Secretary Serge Remonde.
The people's link to your government and to your government officials.
Network Forum, Mondays, Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Fridays at 7 p.m.
So do you always speak the truth?
What you see is what you get.
Circle for the continuing coverage of the National Broadcasting Network of the Sinulog 2005 Festival. And right now po, kapapasok lamang dito sa Pintados Circle, ang contingent po mula sa Cebu City Government. Ito po, if you remember, sila po yung unang nagpe-perform dyan sa Cebu City Sports Center. So this is a carousel parade. So ito po, inasahan natin na babalik sila dito, iikot sila, and then we will be stopping at the Cebu Grandstand. Kanina po ay nagkaroon ng konting komusyon. It's because the people here thought na nag-i-end na po yung Mardi Gras, yung street dancing. But no, kung napuntinyo pa rin po ito. And then, eto nga, inasabayan na natin ngayon ang pagdating ng provincial government of Cebu. They are a guest contingent, meaning hindi po sila kasali doon sa competition. And also, the province of Cebu, the San Diego Dance Company, ito po yung kanina na nililid po ng no less than the Cebu governor herself, Governor Gwen Garcia. So, ngayon po, okay naman po tayo dito. The crowd has been controlled by the police. Napordon na po ulit. So, everything is flowing na po. And, eto po, nagsa pa rin yung mga tao dito. They are from, yung mga tao po na nagmula pa po sa Mango Avenue. They are approaching the Pintados Mania. Papunta na po sila dyan sa grandstand for the fireworks. So yan muna ang huling kaganapan mula dito sa Pintados Mania Circle back to Cebu City Sports Center.
Thank you very
very much. Welcome back. This is Serge Simonde taking on with the lovely Jasmine Romero the final stretch of our coverage live from Cebu City, Sinulog 2005.
Alright, and
Pakita mo ka sa kanila yun.
okay, kasi mga kaibigan, dyan po sa kalsada ng Cebu City ngayon ay sobrang daming mga festivities, sobrang daming mga negosyo talagang nagtatribe ngayon. At isa na doon yung mga face painting, body painting, at saka mga tattoo. Kaya I have on my arm is a painting of a flower. Wow.
Well, yes, I
Secretary
think
here
you have
has something
I
on
have
his
something
face.
on my face, and we would like to thank Mr. Jingjing Manching,
Yes,
the makeup
Jing.
artist of the Catholic Cebu Catholic Television, doing this for me and for Jasmine.
Yes.
That's the spirit of Sinulog, sharing and caring.
That's very true. And if I would have to describe it, Secretary, yung mga kababayan natin nandiyan sa kalsada, ay talaga makikita mo sobrang daming mga tattoo. Hindi lang sa kanilang mga braso, kundi pati na rin sa kanilang mga mukha, iba't ibang mga disenyo. May mga iba, mga abstract. Pero most of the time, pagkadating sa mga kababaihan, ang napapansin ko, puros mga butterfly tattoos at saka mga flower na katulad.
Ito yung sinasabi ko kanina about, this becoming the mother of all festivals. Because lahat ng mga elemento ng iba't ibang mga festivals ay nai-included na rin dito, no? I mean, tattoo has nothing to do with Sinulog originally, but as this contest nga progressed and as many people participated in it, mga influences ng other festivals has been brought here. The tattoo tradition actually comes from the Pintados Festival. The Pintados Festival, ito naman po yung festival ng ating neighboring province of Leyte, na ang body tattoo naman ang main feature, no? And you also see here some vestiges of the Mascara Festival of Bacolod, no? Well, we just saw a wonderful performance earlier, but right now, hold your respective seats because we are going to see one of the most popular contingents in every Sinulog, and this is the one coming from the province of imagination, according to Governor Romualdo, coming from Camiguin. We had an interview with the choreographer of the Camiguin Contingent, Mr. Bal Losada, earlier. Here's this interview.
We are from Camiguin, the island province of Camiguin, Mambahao, the municipality of Mambahao. Now, we have 100 dancers and 30 instrumentalists with us. Then the theme of our presentation is a Thanksgiving ritual to Senior Santo Niño for the 25 years of blessings of the Camiguignons, especially the bountiful harvest of the Lanzones, which were but proper to offer back to the Senior Santo Niño for all these blessings. Our costumes, they are inspired from the Manobo and particularly the Talandig of Bukidnon. And it's the colors we're using are red and gold, which is the color of Senior Santo Niño, and the accessories are silver, which symbolizes the 25 silver celebration of the Sinulog.
Okay, that's the choreographer of the Camiguin Contingent, Mr. Losada. He's one of the top winning choreographers of Sinulog and other festivals around us. And he just explained to us that we have more than 100 dancers, the costume and the colors inspired by the Magubo tribe of the mountain provinces of Bukidnon and Mindanao. And Miss Selverdao as a tribute of the silver anniversary of Sinulog. So ganon ka-creative ang ating.
What I really like about that, Secretary, is not only that they are creative, but in every creative aspect of their performance, of their costumes, designs, props, talagang may history.
May connection din.
Oo, merong correction, may history, may research. Yan ang kinagandahan ng Sinulog
And then
Festival.
always connected to Thanksgiving, to Sinulog.
Right, at saka malalim. It's Thanksgiving, it's pageantry, and it's also all about research and information and history.
So, ladies and gentlemen, the famous Camiguin Contingent. What's the most stage?
bayan. There's a certain magic to Sinulog 2005. I'm a first-time viewer of the Sinulog 2005.
That's always the first time.
Yes, and I could really feel the magic of it.
That's great. I mean, the Camiguin Contingent, as I promised you, is always one of the popular contingents of Sinulog. And these are the kind of contingents that will owe you with their energy, with the surprises, with the color of their costumes, and Camiguin topped itself again this year. I'm sure that Camiguin again is going to rank high in this year's performance.
Yes.
From the island of imagination, according to Governor Romualdo, whom we interviewed last Friday.
Well,
but there's more to come.
Yeah. Yes, before we go, we would like to thank our major sponsors. Thank you, Smart Buddy, Talk and Text, and Smart Padala for supporting Sinulog 2005.
The Sinulog 2005 is presented by Smart Buddy.
Ganang buhay ngayon. Kailangan mo ng partner, ang talk and text partner. Kailangan lang talk and text mega SIM at isang GSM cellphone. Pwede lang i-charge at makikitext at makikitawag. Pwede pa magbenta ng smart loan.
Ang talk and text ko, pwede na ako negosyo!
Kaya makitalk and text partner na. Pili mo ng mega SIM at mag-register na sa Smart Wireless Center.
Oras na para sa kakaibang challenge at adventure ng buhay TV ninyo. Alamin ko anong bago, kakaiba, katakataka, at kung ano-ano pa tungkol sa science at technology dito sa Next Stop. Sasamahan kayo ni Val at Paolo tuwing Lunes at Huwebes, alas 5:30 ng hapon, dito sa NBN.
Okay, thank you so much. We're back and preparing to take the center stage, Jasmine, is the tribu Pentaflores of San Carlos City, Negros Occidental. As I mentioned earlier, Sinulog is no longer for Cebuana Cebuanos. It's being participated in by contingents from all over the land, mostly the neighboring provinces and islands of the city. This one is coming from Negros Occidental, San Carlos City.
All right, and just a while back you have witnessed one very big free interpretation dance from Camiguin, and you might be wondering, ano ba ang criteria para sa mag-judge ng isang free interpretation category? Well, I'm gonna tell you now.
And by the way, before you go into that, I just would like to point out that prominent in the display of the performers of Camiguin is the Lanzones. And that's because that's what we have there. Camiguin is, especially Mambahaw, is famous for the sweetest lanzones in the country. And that's why they have also their annual Lanzones Festival.
Okay, going back to free interpretation category para po sa mga kababayan natin na nagtatanong paano ba manalo ang isang free interpretation dance na nakita niyo po kanina? Well, we have to consider a theme, concept, and ritual. And that should follow the relevance to the Sinulog, the choice of materials rather, as to musicality, movement qualities and expressions, clarity of message, and interpretation to dance movement, and that is 10%, while performance is 30%. Performance includes precision and coordination, fluency, alignment, balance, focus, projection, rhythm, and spatial interest, while choreography is worth 30%, and that includes creativity and artistry of steps and formation, style, and expression. Costume and props is 20%, that is artistic choice of colorful styles, effective use of props relevant to the interpretation of the theme, concept, and ritual, while visual impact is 10%, unified and coherent impact of the world or rather the whole presentation with a total of 100%.
And the speed on stage right now is the tribu Pentaflores of the city of San Carlos from Negros Occidental. Watch them.
Another beautiful performance right there.
There's always, there's always a collective wow after a grand performance like that.
Never get bored.
Grand entrance, even grander exit.
Yeah.
And there was even a story. That's a traditional story about Sinulog, you know. It always starts with the pagan times. I mean, in this case, it's the pagan, the snake worshipper times. The princess of the place was snatched away by the priestess of the snake and was fed to the snake. The snake was slain by Alasin George, and then Santo Niño came, and there was and the princess was saved, and there was merriment and merrymaking in the kingdom.
Well, Secretary, and so far as the performances are concerned, do you have a favorite?
Not at this stage. I have been so overwhelmed by the great performances of every contingent that it's difficult. It's difficult to point out a single outstanding performance at this stage.
I'm really
especially
sure.
as we go down this afternoon. Makikita natin talaga ang mga festivals.
I'm really so sure that the judges are having a worst time of their lives.
Well, our sponsors?
Yes, we would like to thank once again our sponsors because, you know, Sinulog 2005 will not be possible if not for them. We would like to thank Graphic Star, E-Tel, Lee Jeans, Jollibee, Air 21, and Phil M Live.
Okay, we'll be back after the following reminders.
The first cell phone for kids. Prepaid na.
Oh, Miggy. Busy yata yung phone mo, kaya lumipas sa akin yung call.
Ikito-kito natin siya.
Smart Kid, it's not about giving him what he wants. It's about giving him what he needs.
Usok, unos, at anumang sagabal sa daloy ng trapiko. Kalinisan at kaayusan sa kalunsuran. Pinapasyahan, tinututukan, inaaksyonan sa MMDA on the road. Kasama si Chairman Bayani Fernando.
Thank you so much. We're back, Jasmine.
Yes,
we're about to witness the performance of another great contingent in every Sinulog, and this is the Lumad Placernon of Surigao del Norte and Mindanao. What's the energy in this performance? What's their costumes in particular? It's going to be a burst of energy and burst of colors.
But I think we do have to play for something. Also, hold your horses. You've got to watch this one.
Yeah.
And they are from Lumad Placernon, Surigao del Norte. We would like to show you an interview from Harold Antalian of Lumad Placernon, Surigao del Norte.
There are 100 dancers as per guidelines implemented by the Sinulog Foundation and 30 instrumentalists The concept of my dance is all about fishing, which is the major source of income of Placer. Then,
You ready?
the costume is Yakan inspired, which is as we know that Yakan is, they are lovers. Yakan is travelers.
Okay, that's the choreographer of Dumas Placer telling us all about this contingent. But we'd rather not describe this. Watch it and experience the Placer.
now from the crowd there, watching a grand performance this time from Lumad Placernon in the Pacific coastal town of Placer in Surigao del Norte. Again, one of the popular contingents of Sinulog year in and year out. Grand entrance and always a grander exit, Jasmine.
Yes, I do agree when you say, when you said a while back, watch for this one, watch for this one. Well, it's indeed worth watching.
That's from Barbers country. By the way, the Barbers are Santo Niño devotees. And in fact, former Senator Barbers was with me during the procession yesterday. He walked several miles also for the procession. He's always been with me. We're always together in the annual procession. So that's the reason why we always have strong representation from the province of Surigao del Norte every Sinulog.
Okay, I'm just going to ask something from you, Secretary, because you're a veteran of Sinulog. And, well, a while back we have seen, I don't know how to describe that. It's a shield with a symbol, parang ibon na tatlong bakbak.
Okay. That's in the original that is German. It's called the Doppeladler.
Okay.
It means in English, Doppeladler. Doppeladler. That's German for double eagle. The double eagle is the family crest of the Habsburg family. The Habsburg family was the ruling family of Europe at that time, and the Spanish kings, which were the sovereigns of the Philippines at that time. We were colony of Spain for more than 300 years, belonged to the House of Habsburg. That's why the double eagle, which is the family crest of the House of Habsburg, is quite prominent at that period in our history.
Well, so much to see, so much to learn, so much to really appreciate here in Sinulog 2005. So keep your horses. Just stay right there, ladies and gentlemen. Before we go, we are actually going to thank our sponsors, of course, Attic Mobile, Smart Kit, and Smart Buddy. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Sinulog 2005.
We'll be back.
Para mas mapalapit kay Sarah Geronimo, i-text lang siya sa 291. Basta sikat, nasa Talk and Text Superstars na.
Ako mismo, magte-text sa inyo. Text tayo, ha?
Si Sarah may Victoria sa studio! Iwan kayo!
For more stars, text Superstars sa 211.
Thank you very much. Welcome back to Sinulog 2005, the 25th anniversary of Sinulog, the mother of all festivals. We're live from the Cebu City Sports Complex, and I'm with the beautiful Jasmine Romero.
Oh, thank you so much. Viva Pi Senor. Yes. Later on, we'll be having our VTR from our...
to introduce
one
the
of our
next performers, which
and
is
their
the Tribong
choreographer.
Iliganon. And the Tribong Iliganon would be a contingent that Her Excellency President Gloria Macapagal Arroyo will be proud of, because the Tribong Iliganon comes from the southern Philippine city of Iligan, the President's adoptive home city.
Wow, so much to...
Ipapakita namin yung Maria Cristina Falls, isa sa mga mother of falls yan sa Philippines. So, sa finale namin lalabas yung Maria Cristina Falls. We come up the maximum number of the dancers, 100. So 100, then we have 30 instrumentalists, maximum number din yun. All in all, sa ano ko, then 140 lahat-lahat na sa whole group na yan. And then the team, wala yung mga interpretation na pinapatay, ganon. Diretso lang, ang team namin is all about halad, kang Senior Santo Niño. It's an offering. It's a non-Christian free interpretation category kami. So, yung costume namin, modified manubo, Muslim. So dito may papakita namin non-Christian, how we venerate the Holy Child Santo Niño. nag-transform kami into Christian, and then we give praise sa Santo Niño.
Thank you so much. Si Barry Lucilio, ang choreographer ng Tribu Iliganon, giving us a background about what we're going to see. Makikita daw po natin Jasmine and Maria Cristina Falls. That's the most outstanding picture of Iligan. And he said this is free interpretation category, so this is not Sinulog based. And actually, that's the beauty of free interpretation. Sa Sinulog based kasi, yung movements mo, pati yung costume mo, ay talagang yung Spanish era Pintados dress style yan. Pero pagdating kasi ng free interpretation, that's where you can expand. Right. So, and as Barry was saying, Manubo inspired. Their story is that from Manubo paganism to Christian conversion. And well, the Manubo tribe in Mindanao, again, like other of our indigenous tribes people, has also very colorful costumes and very colorful rituals. And I think we're going to see all of that in the performance of Tribu Iligan.
Well, before we do that, let's now thank our sponsors once again. Cebu Daily News, thank you. Sky Cable, Cebu Catholic Television Network, Oriental, Cebu Contractors and Association.
We thank Cebu Catholic Television Network for our makeup, for my makeup,
yes.
especially.
And my painting as well.
And your painting, yes.
Here we go.
Ladies and gentlemen, the Tribu Iliganon from the industrial city of Iligan in Mindanao.
Enjoy this one.
Kini atbang sa stage. Bebe. O sibok sabta.
Sabi ko nga eh.
Atras gamay. Balihog. Onya atong balikon sa pagpahibaw katong tag-iya sa mga props, balihog ayaw ipaduol sa atong fireworks ang inyong mga props kay karon taw-taw dinigsugod na maglisod na mo sa balhin. Balihog lang no sa pagkaron ibalhin na daan.
Alright, ang atuang next contingent sa free interpretation category number 17. Gikan sa Bislig, Tanawan, Leyte. Tanawan, Pasaka. Ang pangaan sa ilahang presentation.
So gikan kini sa lalawigan sa Leyte. Niya si Congressman Remedios Pitilla, kanhi gobernador sa maong lalawigan. Okay, andam na.
some last-minute changes there in the floor presentation. That's not actually the Tribong Iliganon as we announced earlier, but that's the Tanawan Pasaka from the barangay of Bislig in Tanawan, Leyte. So I'd like to repeat that it's not from the Tribong Iliganon of the industrial city of Iligan. There's a last-minute change in the entry of the performers that was from the Tanawan Pasaka of Bislig, Tanawan, Leyte. We met and talked to the Mayor Chu and Mrs. Chu last night of Tanawan, Leyte. This is the first time that they're participating in Sinulog, and that's not bad for a first timer. That was also rich in color and pageantry and, of course, energy.
And now, what was the group that we have mentioned a while back?
The group is Tanawan Pasaka.
Yeah.
From Bislig, Tanawan, Leyte. There was a last-minute change in the floor there that did not reach us on time. So coming up next is the Tribo Iligan from the adoptive home city of President Gloria Macapagal-Arroyo. But before the Tribo Iligan, it's posed for some reminders, Desmo.
Yes, and before we do that, let's thank our sponsors once again, Attic Mobile, Smart Kids, Smart Buddy, and Super Ferry.
Ma, gising na siya.
Order na, Dad.
Okay.
Pizza Hut delivery.
1+1 deal, please.
Introducing the Smart Buddy Pizza Hut 1+1 deal. Just buy a Smart Buddy Super Sim 3 with your order of the real New Yorker pizza or any pan pizza, and you get a pan pizza free.
Pizza Hut delivery.
The Smart Buddy Pizza Hut 1+1 deal.
Happy birthday.
Tanong ng Bayan.
Hindi po masyadong mahihirapan yung ating gobyerno sa pananalapi, no?
Yes, because of the reforms that we are doing, is stronger and more secure.
Seeing to it that our policemen are God-centered, service-oriented, and family-based.
Mabibigyang kasagutan sa Network Forum, hosted by Secretary Serge Remonde.
The people's link to your government and to your government officials.
Network Forum, Mondays, Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Fridays at 7 p.m.
So do you always speak the truth?
What you see is what you get.
The Sinulog 2005 is presented by Smart Buddy.
Yes, mga kaibigan, live na live pa rin po tayo mula rito sa Osmeña Boulevard dito sa Cebu City para sa nagpapatuloy po na selebrasyon ng 25th Sinulog Festival. At syempre, nakita niyo po sa aking kaliwang bahagi po na tuloy-tuloy pa rin po ang napakagandang Sinulog Festival na ito. Nakukulay ng mga damit at syempre ang tugtugin po ng mga instrumentong hawak-hawak ng mga partisipanteng ito. At mga kaibigan, kung napapansin nyo, ang tema sa taong ito ay one beat, one dance, one vision, at talaga naman pong nakikisa ang ating mga bisita, mga dayuhang bisita mula pa sa iba't ibang panig ng mundo. Kita nyo naman, talaga naman pong pinapractice nila kanina lamang po itong mga steps na ito, at yan ang kuha ng ating kasamaan na Sir Erwin at si Joseph Parafina kanina lamang. So mga kaibigan, kayo dyan, kung gusto nyong manood o kaya pumunta dito sa Cebu sa susunod na Sinulog Festival, ngayon pa man ay mag-practice na kayo tulad ng ginagawa ng ating mga kaibigan na andyan po sa monitor na iyan, okay? At syempre, yes mga kaibigan, gaya naman po sa province of Cebu ang ating kasalukuyang napapanood sa ating mga monitor. Sa totoo lang po mga kaibigan, sila ay nanggaling na ng Cebu City Sports Center at ngayon ay lumabas na sila at umikot na. Kumbaga, nabuo na po ng carousel na ito ang 4.3 kilometers. Kaya naman po ay masasabi lang natin dito ay sila tagumpay na tagumpay naman po ang kasalukuyang pagdaraos ng 25th Sinulog Festival. Dito lamang po yan sa Cebu City. Mamayang gabi ay abangan naman po natin ang nagagandahang mga fireworks na gaganapin naman dyan sa Sports Complex at maging sa Ayala Center dito pa rin po sa Cebu City. Balik sa inyo, Secretary Raymond, at syempre ang napakagandang si Jasmine.
Thank you so much. And I want to see Jasmine practicing the Sinulog dance. I will only allow you to come back and cover next year if you will dance the Sinulog steps yourself.
Well, I and Ethel were actually practicing that a few days ago, but I can't get it. Ethel, marunong siya, magaling siya sumayaw, pero ako, parang pareho yating kaliwa.
Siguro sa tingin ko itong ating sexing production assistant, the star of in the on the road, no? Si Beth alias Urbanita ay magaling na sumayaw ng Sinulog. Anyway, we're back, and as we mentioned earlier, coming up stage right now is the Tribu Iliganon from the city of Iligan. There was a last-minute change there. What we got earlier was the one coming from Tanawan in Leyte. Coming up now is the Tribu Iliganon from Iligan. Jasmine?
Okay, we would like to thank our sponsors once again. Thank you, Smart Buddy, Talk and Text, Smart Padala, and Super Ferry.
All right, mounting on the stage now is the Tribong Iliganon from the industrial city of Iligan. As the choreographer earlier mentioned, we're going to see the Maria Cristina Falls, one of the most outstanding features of that part of the country.
That's a very, very big challenge.
In this performance.
Very big challenge, and very, very curious about that.
The various contingents, what they do is the showcase in their performances, either yung pride of place nila, or yung pride of culture nila, or yung mga products like Lansunis in Camiguin, the Maria Cristina Falls in Iligan City. So ladies and gentlemen, watch now the Tribong Iligan from the city of Iligan. Because they are using band majorettes to parang announce the entrance of akala natin moderno, but parang nag-announce lang pala ng entrance ng contingent yung mga majorettes na yun, Jasmine.
Yes, and we could also see the entrance of Gigantes.
I can imagine that you were a majorette once. You have long legs.
Never was.
Never was. There's still time. Okay, ngayon ay mounting up on stage na ang Tribong Iliganon from the city of Iligan. They are being presaged by majorettes. Hip swaying, I should say.
Oh, the guys would like that. But now, ladies and gentlemen, kidding aside, these dances aren't really the sex bomb kind of dance, you know. Kasi yung sex bomb, nakilala sila sa mga hip swaying. Pero this kind of dance, ladies and gentlemen, it's for the veneration tradition for the worship of the Santo Niño. And there's a limitation to how much they can sway their hips.
But this is free interpretation. That's why this is not Sinulog based. So that's why they can, as the phrase suggests, they can interpret the performance. Well, I'm not seeing a marching band, but I'm seeing a hip swaying madness.
One way to make a dramatic movement that is a dramatic entrance is to introduce entrance or majorets right here.
Yeah, that's actually, I think that's to whet our appetites for the performance of Tribo Hiligano.
And there's also an entrance of a gigante. There's so many people.
Yeah, which, by the way, from the distant looks of it, from where we are perched on top of the Cebu City Sports Complex, I think this is going to be another very colorful presentation.
All right, and we're also expecting the Maria Cristina Falls, and we hope we meet the challenge.
And as promised by the choreographer, their costume is Manubo inspired. As I mentioned earlier, the Manubo tribe is one of the most colorful tribes in the country. They do a lot of beadworks in their costume, and I think we're about to see that with the dancers of the Tribo Hiligano. They call themselves Tribo Kuta.
With colors dominating yellow and red as well as black and a touch of green.
And that's why there's a kuta, or it's actually the torre in the Spanish context. The European medieval context is actually a tower which are used as fortifications to defend castles. We call it kuta, or fort, here in the Philippines. And yeah, I think one of the tourist attractions of Camiguin is an old kuta, is an old fort. So as I've said, but this is Iligan, yeah, I'm sorry. But this is actually Camiguin Dos. This is Camiguin Dos Tribo Kuta. I mean, there is something wrong here with what we're getting. I mean, not really, though. I mean, this happens. This is not the first time that this happens, that we do not follow the order of presentation. There may always be changes, last-minute changes, and this is one of them. So, sorry, ladies and gentlemen, we must hasten to add that this is not Tribo Hiligano, but this is Tribo Kuta coming from Camiguin again. This is the second entry from that mystic, from that island of imagination, according to its governor, Gabriel Romualdo, the island of imagination of Camiguin. So this is the second contingent, the second entry from the province of Camiguin, and this is called the Tribo Kuta. As I mentioned earlier, the old fort. An old fort is one of the tourist attractions of Camiguin. So this is not Tribo Hiligano. We're trying to make this clear. This is Tribo Kuta, the second entry from the province of Camiguin. Watch this, ladies and gentlemen. contingent, the second participating contingent from the province of Camiguin. By way of background, as I mentioned earlier, the province of Camiguin conducts an annual Lanzones Festival, and in that annual Lanzones Festival, we also have a Mardi Gras contest like the Sinulog. And I think what's happening there is that their top winners, among the prizes of their top winners, is being sent to Sinulog. That's the reason why we have more than one contingent coming from the Imagination province of Camiguin. Jasmine?
Yes, once again, there are sponsors to thank. Thank you so much, Attic Mobile, Smart Kid, and Smart Buddy for supporting Sinulog 2005.
Ang gusto ng bayan, aksyon agad. Kaya dito sa Pokkoto, pinisaksyon ang sasa inyo. Kasama sina Secretary Ricardo Saludo at DSWD Secretary Dinky Soliman. Dito sa NBN. Oras na para sa kakaibang challenge at adventure ng buhay TV ninyo. Alamin ko anong bago, kakaiba, katakataka, at kung ano-ano pa tungkol sa science at technology dito sa Next Stop. Sasamahan kayo ni Val at Paolo tuwing Lunes at Huwebes, alas 5:30 ng hapon, dito sa NBN.
Welcome back to Sinulog 2005. This is Serge Rimondi with the beauties, Jasmine Ronel.
Yes, and I was just told a while back na yung nakita natin kanina dyan is just a teaser from Tribu Iliganon. And I think the real thing, the real deal, is just going to be shown.
Yeah, and finally, I think we've been wondering what's happening to Tribu Iliganon, but finally, I think we're going to have them. And they're coming up next. So, ladies and gentlemen, watch for this. The Tribong Iliganon from the city of Iligan.
The city of majestic waterfalls.
Mag-abot kita na. Handa na? Kaya so na, ang Tribu Iliganon.
Viva! Viva!